Air Force grounds here in Rathmalana for the game between Air Force and Army Sports Club. And first game for the day will be the women's game between Army and Air Force. And welcoming to the com box is Laksisi. Good afternoon, Laksisi.
Good afternoon, restaurant. The women's encounter is coming up first. Your way here at Rathmalana. Air Force women taking on Army women. This is before the all-important men's game of the Nippon Rugby League 2023-2024. We begin week 6 with this encounter. We are coming into the business end of the first round. We have the 7th week coming up next week, and then it goes down to the last 3 weeks of the season with the top 4 teams going into the super rounds and the bottom 4 teams going into the plate. So it will be an interesting clash today. Both the teams are still fighting out to book a slot in the top 4. The weather forecast for today: 29 of max temperature, 21 of minimum, wind speed of 13, and it's mostly sunny at the moment. So hopefully there won't be any rain and we will get some good running rugby here at Rathmalana.
Yes, Laksisi, that's what we all look forward to today. Heading into a very crucial week of this Nippon Paint Rugby League 2023-2024 season. And we will go into a small commercial break, and we'll be back with live action of the women's game between Army Sports Club and Air Force Sports Club.
Protect your home from harmful bacteria. Nippon Paint Medifresh, a powerful combination of silver and zinc ions. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
Hot and spicy fun by Rugby Karanda. Beat the remake Karanda Karanda. Hada wada bawala yana give me a fashion Karanda. Fun Karanda Kotumi Kiki Karanda. Prima Kotumi Fantamai.
Introducing NeosPay, a fun way to make payments from your Neos app. For the fun of paying, hashtag NeosPay.
Smashed him for 6, big bombs. Myers at a go. Richardson knocks him over.
You win the big league.
Celebration, he is fired up.
Big leagues down.
Magnificent catch.
You win the big leagues down.
Taken.
Big leagues down.
Heroic. He gets all of it.
The biggest bash of T20 cricket is here. KFC Big Bash League 2023.
Contenders, 1 champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app, and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
And well, welcome back to the live action of the women's game between Air Force and Army Sports Club. We're moments away from kickoff as match officials. Main referee will be Chamla Siemalapitia, and he will be assisted by Shabab Hamid and Jeffrey Shakib as the 2 assistants for him in this game. And as Army Sports Club kick things off, high and deep kick from Army. And dangerously is the Air Force.
Air Force trying to run from their own 22, gets tackled into touch. So the opportunity, early opportunity for Army to put up an attacking play inside the opposition 22.
An Army Sports Club throw in neatly done from Army as they are inching away. That opening try, she tries to break through, but a good tackle coming in from Air Force. As Army going through the faces. And turnover ball in a very important position as Air Force look to get out of jail.
No hands, no!
And chose the short side. Once again put into a line out. So it will be an Army line out.
Okay, Mark.
It's hot and humid here at Rathmalana Air Force grounds here. Everyone will hope that the weather will hold up like this, as you can expect some fast running rugby, especially in that evening game between the two men's sides of Air Force and Army, and a scrum in favour of Army. Army number 9 feeds it in, gives it out to number 10, and brilliant pass, but forward, says referee CMLR Pitya, as a chance for Air Force to get out of jail.
Army could make use of the early opportunity. Yes, that replay. That was forward. Clearly forward, making that error, Army. So Air Force with the opportunity to get out of this dangerous position. Let's see how much of a yardage Air Force can gain from here. Will they try to run from their own 22, or will they go for that clearance kick? It will be interesting to see. Yes, they do go for the clearance kick. Here's a foot race. And at the moment, Army doing well here, but very good chase from Air Force as well. And that's a knock forward from Army, which will result in a scrum in favour of Air Force.
Just like to see some cardinal mistakes from Army. Is opening a few minutes. Saw a couple of knock-ons and a forward pass. Nevertheless, Air Force have gained some ground. A scrum in favour for them.
Crouch. Bind. Sit. Steady. Steady. Blue. Steady.
Taking their time, Air Force with the feed in. Good scrum. And here's Air Force. A loose pass, but manages to recover. A good offload out. Still going Air Force. They have entered the opposition territory.
Okay, release.
And that's a turnover. Good piece of work. Army, they have managed to turn it over. An opportunity for them to build up a counter-attack
Okay,
here.
release. Roll away. Not roll away.
That's advantage, not rolling away, says the referee. And here's Army on the move.
High tackle.
And that's a high shot as well, I believe. The referee
High tackle.
has signaled for the penalty. was a high shot.
Wait. I'm your...
Here's the replay. High shot from the Air Force number 11, Shamilka Silva. But still managed to go forward, Pumini Sansala from Army. Probably feeling the after effects of that tackle sometime later. She's down at the moment.
This looks is not pleasant signs here for Army, as we saw the medics requesting for the stretcher to come out. As you see on our screens, the stretcher is coming out. Really unfortunate always for any sportswoman rather, to go off the field stretched off.
Change avadaya.
And Army will Army player will be stretched off as she looks in some discomfort. Nevertheless, referee CM Lapitia going back to the initial phase of the play.
That looked like the problem was with her right leg. I believe it was heavily bandaged as well, so probably had an early injury. So hopefully she gets fine and is able to return in a short span of time.
Sit. Steady.
Meanwhile,
Yellow,
Army
steady.
with the scrum. They opted to go for the scrum from that penalty. Here's Army working their line from left to right. Can she find space? This is brilliant from the number 14 jersey. Gives the offload out and no one in front, but the referee calls play back for a knock forward. Here's a replay.
Yes, it was a well worked run there from Army. That number 14, she sprinted away, but good tackle coming in from Air Force number 7 and number 8. And referee saw the infringement and called it a knock on. But it will be a scrum in favor of Army, as Army have looked at the more threatening side here to get on the score sheet
Crouch.
in this opening 7 minutes.
Sit. Steady.
Clean scrum there as Army working that line. Sees the gap. Well defended. Good offload pass there. Gives it out. Opting to go alone. Passes it to the number 5 as she tries to find some space. Good tackle coming in from Air Force. Beautiful pass, and that will be Army number 9. Pumi Nisansala for Army Sports Club.
Beg your pardon, that was Umangana Tatsarani for Army scoring that try. Brilliant piece of work from Tatsarani. Managed to evade the last defender brilliantly. Had too much pace for the Air Force defenders to catch up to her. So Army, they managed to draw first blood in this encounter. This women's rugby encounter between Army and Air Force. It's 5 points to nil.
Ball.
The conversion went over as well, so it's 7 points to nil. Taking the early lead, Army. It took some time in this first half for the first scoring opportunity to come, but for some good running rugby from the first go from Army. Air Force, they have been defending quite a lot in this first half. So as Reshwan mentioned earlier as well, it was Army that looked likely to score that first try, and it was them that scored the first try. So it's a 7 point lead in this first half at the moment. The try scorer Tatsarani with the restart kick.
Okay, boot.
Yes, indeed. Army have drawn first blood as Air Force will try to find some answers.
Silly.
The big number 1 from Air Force trying to go through that defense
Roll away, get back.
is Air
Get
Force.
back, roll away.
Gives it out. Not the best of passes from Air Force as they are backpedaling,
Roll away.
but referee Siamala Pidia calls back play. Penalty for Air Force as an opportunity to get out of jail. They have opted to go for touch. There's a good kick, a good clearance kick. So this line out to come will be very important for Air Force.
Number 9. Number 9.
Air Force number 4, Nirasha Disanayak, will be the one responsible for
Okay, good.
the line out throw for Air Force. As a 3-woman line out, and not the best of line outs from Air Force, as it will be a turnover ball.
Mark.
Army Sports Club have an opportunity to rub some salt to the wounds, as Air Force couldn't capitalize on that
Okay.
important line out.
Coach.
Yeah, the teams they need to be very careful with the line out, especially because this is a ground situated in an open field. So because it's an open field, the wind is very the wind speed is very high here at Rathmalana. So at the moment, before going to that, a lovely break from the Army number 12, Piyumini Sansala this time, scoring that second try. Lovely break from Nisansala. Managed to find space, the heart of the Air Force defense. And she misses a straightforward conversion, so the score will stay 12 points to nil. Now coming back to that point, Reshwan, here's the replay. There's Nisansala. She slowed up for a bit and then just managed to hit the accelerate brilliantly when she spotted the gap right in between the two defenders of Air Force, and there was no one in front of her. Easy peasy for Sansala to get the second right. Coming back to that point, Reshwan. If you saw that line out, the ball just swung towards the right. That's because the wind is blowing from left to right on your screen. So it will definitely be not easy if the current wind continues to stay on for the line outs, especially the men's game as well. So the teams, they will have to be careful while executing their line outs here at Rathmalana. And even with the kicks, because the wind is very high at the moment, the wind speed.
Yes, Laksidi, but I think being their home side, Air Force, they will expect to be more clinical in those kind of situations as they practice in and out here at the Rathmalana grounds.
Okay, my coach.
So Air Force will want to correct their mistakes and come back into the game as they are backpedaling. 12 points to nil. The opening 12 minutes.
Air Force still stuck in their own half. They have been stuck in their own half for quite some time now. Air Force, they need to find something to execute an attacking move here.
No.
Looking the ball out wide. Air Force, and that's advantage.
First knock on.
Knock forward, says the referee. So Air Force, they have conceded the knock forward. It's going to be a scrum in favor of Army. Too many handling errors from Air Force in this encounter. That's why the scoreline says 12 points to nil here at Rathmalana. Army, they have been the much more disciplined side, and the scoreline is the proof for that statement.
Bang.
Says that's Army.
Sit. Steady.
One of the two try scorers for Army. Feeds the ball in. Here's Army with the opportunity to score a third try. Almost manages to find the space in between the two defenders, but gets tackled in the process. Can she find space from the right corner? Unable to do so. Gets tackled. Very well defended. And they have switched their direction here. Army.
Back form.
They have to use their numbers. Couldn't execute the next pass.
Release. First knock on.
And this time it's a knock forward from Army after going deep into the Air Force territory.
Half time.
So that's going to be half-time here at Rathmalana in this women's rugby encounter. Army scoring 2 tries in that first half with the lead, 12 points to nil.
Yes, Laksidi, going into the half-time break, Army will be the more comfortable side as Air Force still haven't threatened that defense of Army, and that's your half-time score confirmation. 12 points to the good for Army Sports Club against Air Force Sports Club. And this is the highlight package of that opening 15 minutes as Air Force didn't have any answers. That was the first try by the number 9. Successful conversion, and unsuccessful conversion in that second attempt. So that's it from us here in the first half of this women's game. So stay tuned with us, and we will be back with the second half action.
Spicy fun vibe Rugby Marakarana. Beat a remake Karana Tavina. Hada Bawala Yana. Give me a fashion Karana. Fun Turana. Kotumi Kiki Korana. Prima Kotumi. Fun Tamai.
Club Rugby is back on the Papare. 8 contenders, 1 champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
Hot and spicy fun by Rugby Marakaranda. Beat a remake karanda winna. Hada wada bawala yanna gidna fashion karanda. Fun turana kotumi kikki kolenna. Prima kotumi fun tamai.
Protect your home from harmful bacteria. Nippon Paint Medifresh, a powerful combination of silver and zinc ions. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
8 contenders, 1 champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
Introducing NeosPay, a fun way to make payments from your Neos app. For the fun of paying, #NeosPay.
Prima kotumi fun tamai. Spicy fun by Rugby Marakaranda. Beat a remake karanda winna. Hada wada bawala yanna gidna fashion karanda. Fun turana kotumi kikki kolenna. Prima kotumi fun tamai.
Hey, have you heard about Z?
Z. Quick KYC.
Easy.
Mobile banking. Crazy.
Welcome back to the second half action of this women's rugby encounter here at Rathmalana, Air Force Rugby Grounds, Rathmalana. We have the home team Air Force taking on Army in this women's rugby encounter, and Army with the upper hand at the end of the first half with 2 tries and one successful conversion. It's 12 points to 0, and the home team Air Force have their work cut out in the second half. They need to score and score quickly because they only have 15 minutes for a half in this women's rugby game. So they need to be quick and they need to be precise. They need to make sure that they don't do the mistakes that they did in that first half. There were a lot of handling errors. Here's Army.
No.
They have been very good in that first half. They were not afraid to run from their own 22. That has been the specialty of Army. And they have some good speedsters in their ranks. And here's Air Force with the opportunity inside the opposition 22 for the first time, and they have managed to go for that try, taking that penalty quickly and getting over for the try. It's Ayesha Kaluarachi scored in that first try for Air Force, and just like that, in the very first minute of the second half, the home team Air Force, they're right back in this game.
They wouldn't have asked for a better start into this second half. Quick tap taken and beautiful run from Kaluarachi as she adds the 2 points as well. So those two points, a world of good for Air Force, and there you go, quick tap taken, bit small show and go, and she goes all the way for the home side. As Air Force have started off well in this second half. Brings down the deficit just to 5 points between the two sides, courtesy Ayesha Kaluarachi. Here goes Army. Small pop-up pass. Good tackle coming in from Air Force. As the ball, Army looking to spread it out.
First knock on.
And once again advantage for Air Force. Knock on infringement says referee Siamala Pitia. So it will be a scrum in favor of Air Force. It will be Air Force number 4. Nirasha Disanayaka to feed in the scrum. It's going to be a crucial scrum for Air Force. Here they go. It's again good hands coming in from Air Force. Working it out, working that line well is Air Force. They have come out with some impact in this second half, as gives it to the number 10. And the try scorer Ayesha Kaluarachi finds herself in a spot of bother as she has knocked it on for Air Force. So a turnover ball for Army, as it will be a scrum in favor of the visitors.
Air Force just 5 points behind now after that early try in the second half.
Crouch. Bind. Sit. Steady.
Here's Army from their own half, trying to find space, tries to evade the last defender, but gets tackled. Ball is still alive, and that's a loose pass, but manages to recover in time. Almost went straight into the hands of the Air Force player, but Army, they managed to recover as they recycle the ball. Good passing. Still going, manages to evade the first defender, but unable to do so with the second and the third defenders. Army still going.
No.
Still trying to go deep into the Air Force half here. Air Force, they need to find a way to get this ball back, because whenever Army manage to go deep into Air Force territory, they manage to cross the line in this encounter. And that's advantage as well. And that's a knock forward. But unfortunately, the referee went for the whistle. So they have to go back to the point where the mistake was made by Army.
Get back. Rotate. First knock out. Ball there. Ball at the under. Rotate.
So although the knock forward came from Army, the referee went back to the earlier infringement by Air Force, an offside advantage which went in the way of Army. So Army with the ball once again, with an opportunity to increase their lead.
Bind. Sit. Steady. Wait.
Here's Army. So number 13 gives it out to number 10. No one in front of her, but the pass is not good. Luckily, lost it backwards. Still going. Some lovely footwork from the Army number 6. They take the ball out. Here's number 4. Trying to find space, but good defending from Air Force. Still going Army and Air Force. They managed to hold on
held up by Air Force. So desperate defense coming in from the home side. Brilliant defensive work coming in from Air Force as Army takes a quick tap. And they go over the whitewash for the third time in this game. Courtesy Army, jersey number 14. Netmi Sandaruwani. Netmi Sandaruwani.
Won't be an easy conversion with the strong breeze present at the moment here at Rathmalana. Had that extra player round to the right hand side. Army, as a result, managed to go over the line quite easily. It's 17 points to 7, a 10-point deficit. Can Air Force catch up? They have around 6.5 minutes remaining in this women's rugby encounter. Here's the restart kick. Lets it bounce, and that goes into touch. It's always tricky if you let the rugby ball bounce. Time for the line out. Air Force. And it's going to be Army's ball.
Army Sports Club leading this game with a 10-point buffer. So Air Force have a lot to do in this coming 5.5 minutes.
Coach! Bang!
As
Sit! Steady!
Army Sports Club to feed in the scrum. Once again, a good scrum and a good pass there.
Okay.
And turnover ball, but it's been bundled into touch. So a line out in favor of Army Sports Club.
Taking their time for the line out. Army.
What do you want? Line out is strong.
Thrown out straight once again. So Army, Air Force, an opportunity for them to get out of their half here. Both the teams are not getting the line out right in this encounter. As I mentioned earlier, a strong breeze is present here at Rathmalana at the moment.
Coach!
The referee not happy with the scrum from both the sides.
Coach! Bang! Sit! Steady! Yellow steady.
Feeds the ball in. Here's the opportunity for Air Force. Working the ball out wide. Tries to find space. Good offload out. Here's the earlier try scorer. Gives the ball out to number 8. Can number 8 hang on?
No.
Getting some good yardage here, Air Force. Advantage as well. Here's Air Force. After that penalty, manages to enter the
Not 10. Wait.
Army territory. Not 10, says the referee.
10 bucks.
making sure that Army players go back 10 meters for Air Force to take that tap.
Okay, release. Lock firm.
Gaining some good meters here, Air Force. No one to support at the ruck. Number 7 gets there in time.
Okay.
Here's number 10. Trying to go straight through the Army defense here. Showing some good power. And here's Air Force working the ball out wide. Going for the kick and chase. Makes the collection.
No hands, no. Lock firm.
Taking their time here, Air Force. Air Force
No.
trying to find space from the middle part of the field. Try to do that a lot of times rather than working the ball out wide. Good offload out, but bit of traffic in front of her. Can Air Force produce something here? They're down by 10 points.
No.
Not gaining any meters, although she did run a lot in that move. Still unable to find space. No advantage coming towards Air Force. Air Force, they need to find a try as soon as possible as the clock is slowly ticking towards that 30-minute mark. It's 28 minutes and 30 seconds. And here's Air Force, the number 7. Can she go all the way? Yes, she does. Right underneath the post. That takes their score up to 17 points to 12. Just what the doctor ordered for the final 90 seconds in this encounter.
Yes, Laxisi, I think Air Force have got a lifeline here. As the 2 points also added, so it's just a 3-point difference between the two sides as we head into the final minute of regular time here of this women's game between Air Force Sports Club and Army Sports Club.
Time off. Judge.
An important restart kick. Air Force, they need to make sure they get the ball back.
This will be an important restart for Air Force. They will want to kick that deep into the Army Sports Club half. Just a 3-point difference here heading into the final minute.
The Air Force, they need to make sure the turnover comes quickly as well after the restart kick. And that's a knock forward, a cardinal error here from Army.
First knock on. Second knock on. Blue ball.
Army Sports Club, most of the game they were doing the right things, but at this latter part they are slipping away. As an important scrum to come in from Air Force.
Just a try. Just a try. That's all that Air Force needs at the moment. For Army, it's about getting the ball and kicking it out into touch. And here's the number 6. Air Force, they enter the 22-meter territory. Working the ball from their right to left. The ball is available. What can Air Force do? Can Air Force pull off a miracle here? They were down and out, 17 points to 7.
Offside.
Offside, says the referee. More advantage coming towards Air Force. Army losing the plot here in this game, going into the last few minutes. According to our clock, it's 30 minutes. It looks like the referee wants to have a little chat with the skipper of Army.
close tussle between both the sides here. This was much expected prior to the game as well, as this game is going down to the wire as Air Force trying to break that line of defense of Army Sports Club.
Good offload out, but Army good defending. Gaining inch by inch here. Number 5 decides to go by herself, and that's a knock forward. That will be the game. Yes, that is the game. Air Force so close yet so far. A 3-point difference. Army, they managed to escape with the win, 17 points to 14. A great effort by Air Force in the second half to make this game this close after trailing 12 points to nil at halftime.
Yes, Laxisi, I think it's been a spirited performance in the second half by Air Force. They can keep their heads held up high as they came back, and they were close. They got close, but unfortunately they end up on the losing side. And that's your full-time score confirmation. Army Sports Club 17, Air Force Sports Club 14. A 3-point between the two sides as Army women go away with the win. And this is the highlights of that second half. Second half started well from Air Force as Aisha Kaluarachi went on to score and converted the try as well. Then that was the winning moment for Army as they scored their third try. And this was the try which got Air Force closer to that Army Sports Club 17 points, and that was the game as referee CM Lapitia whistled it for full time. So that's it from us for the women's game, and these are the key stats of the game as
that was 17 points to 14. Army getting the 3-point lead in this game to get the W. Army scoring 3 tries, 1 successful conversion, and Air Force scoring 2 tries and converting both of them to end it 17 points to 14. So that's it from the women's encounter. We have the big week 6 opener coming up next between the two same sides. Army taking on Air Force. We will join with you guys straight at 3:30 p.m. So stay tuned to Sri Lanka's number 1 sports channel, the Papare. Stay tuned.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon.